Hi guys, I'm Billy, and welcome back to my third and final video for the unboxing on the high-end Enthusiast PC components. And I've got 3 components left, and these guys are high-end and they're extreme. So I'm going to start off with the power supply unit that I'm going to be putting in the PC, and after that I'm going to go to the extreme. And when I say extreme, I'm talking about the Z390 Aorus Extreme by Gigabyte. And finally, to finish it all off, I'm going to introduce or unbox the case that I'm going to be putting everything into. I hope I'm putting everything into. I mean, I'm really maxing it out, so I've got to figure it out. If I have to, I'll cut it. Maybe. Anyways, so I'm ready to get this build on. Okay, to start this off with, I'm going to show the power supply unit. And what I got here is the Corsair's HX 1200 series. It's the HX series, which is the HX 1200 watt. And let me just open this up here. Okay. Oh, this wasn't supposed to open like that? How is that supposed to open? Oh, here it is. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Alright, this is the HX series 1200 watt. This is 80 plus platinum, and just so you know, they have different codes on it. You got bronze, gold, platinum, and what that is, that's the energy savings. I don't really think it makes a whole lot of difference between like gold and platinum. It's probably a minute difference, but so I've not had this type of power supply unit before. So this is called a modular power supply. As a friend of mine, Jordan, was telling me about that. So then he was telling me about a few other things too. This, for instance, okay, this has I can pick and choose what cables I use. That way I don't have excess cables that I don't need. And cables right here. And see, they're all black. But I won't be using any of those. As also from Jordan. Jordan cost me some money by telling me about all this. So they have professional cables. And it's right here. I got these here just a couple days ago, and I ordered blue. Let's see. Does that open any certain way? No. Okay. What the hell? Oh, it opens just like the box does. Get out. Out. There, finally. Opened the wrong way. Okay. So, what I did is I got the blue cables, and like I was saying, these are the professional cables, and they come in here with these little attachments to put the cables, that way they look nice and straight. And again, I'm new to the high-end builds, and so I wasn't even aware of professional cables, but I did notice that there was different, nice cables there on the videos and stuff that I've been watching. So I got the blue, and since my water cooling is going to be blue, I figured I would go with the blue. Yeah, these are nice. Definitely a lot different than these right here. So the feel is a little different, a little softer, different type of material covering the wire as well. So that's what I have for the power supply unit. By the way, I got the 1200 watt just to be safe. I had, you go to these different configurators that shows the, you can calculate how much, how many watts you're going to use on your computer based on what you enter into the system, and it gives different sites give a huge range of different numbers for you as far as what you're going to need. I had one that said 600 watt when I know that's what my motherboard uses, or the graphics card. But then I had another one said, it was 900 watts. So I just got 1200 to be safe. That's why I picked the 1200. All right. Okay. This is the motherboard I'm using. This is the Z390 Aorus Extreme gaming motherboard by Gigabyte. This motherboard here, oh my god, oh shit, kidding, God, let's do this. Okay, next up, definitely, this is Gigabyte's Z390 Aorus Extreme motherboard, and it's an animal, I'll tell you right now. Okay, this thing is, it's awesome. Let's see, let me take this out of the box here. Okay. Okay. This thing here, it's brand new. It was another one, of course, I said earlier that it was sold out by the time I got to it come Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But I'm very excited I got this thing. It's got everything I need on it. So let's see what I have here is, at first I was curious, if my Intel Optane 905P was going to fit in this thing after I'd looked on, when I purchased it originally. There was only one other person that had purchased it on Newegg, and he was sitting there crying about it not fitting in his motherboard. Well, I did a reading on the specs, and what it is I have the 3 M.2 slots, and this, let's see, the M2M slot, that is Intel Optane ready, and it is for the it's the only M.2 card that Intel has, is the 905P 380 gigabyte. All the others are U.2s with the M.2 adapters, 2.5-inch cards, or the PCIe slots. But this is for the Intel Optane 905P, the NVMe M.2, so, which is awesome. But this motherboard right here is it was, the $550 motherboard, as it's brand new. There's actually only one other motherboard that would compete against this, and that's the MSI Godlike. And even that motherboard there doesn't have like the 10 gigabyte network. Let's see, it doesn't have the Bluetooth 5.0. And now granted that the Asus doesn't have, or Asus, the MSI doesn't have, it was a little older of a motherboard, so that would explain why it doesn't have all that stuff. I'm sure it will in the future, but it doesn't right now. So let me take this out. Let's see. Also, I was excited. This has the USB 3.1 Generation 2 Type-C USBs, and this is, I believe, is for the 8th and 9th generation Intel processors. So if you see here, I'll show you a little closer here. See that? It's got all the bells and whistles. So it's got the golden audio jacks, but I won't be using those because I'll be using the, was it the Sony Philips digital interface format? It's the SD or SPDIF, so it's for high definition. Let's see. I don't know if you can see, there's a plate. Let's see on the back, and see here, I should have enough room to put my back plate on there because I'm going to be hooking water cooling up to this, and I'm not really sure where the water cooling is, but there's again, you know, there's reviews on this thing that they'll explain all this in more detail, and I myself, I'm going to be going over it in more detail, but not until I start building on it. You know, I just don't see any point in going over it now and then going over the same thing again later. So, but on top of this, it's got the 16 VRMs for, you know, like trying to get as perfect flow as possible to the processor and GPU, I believe. So, I'm really excited about this thing. This is going to be a good thing. So then again, this is a EATX motherboard, so it's the extended version. It's got all kinds of stuff into it. So, all right, well, that's the Aorus Extreme Z390, and I got some. Let me see, I got other stuff in here too. Let's see. Let's put this to the side. Let's see. See, this is looks like stickers. It's or cable labels and okay, stickers. All right, let's see what's this. Okay, product manual, specs and stuff, product manual. Okay, this is the antenna for the Wi-Fi, extended Wi-Fi. So I mean, I have a really good router right now, I believe the NTT6U by Asus. It's a really nice router. What is this? What's this? It's got a bunch of cables here for different things. I'll have to figure out what all that's for. But this is, okay, OC Touch. So there's a, I remember reading something about that. There's a place on there for it. It's for overclock. At the touch of a button or something. I guess what the name says. Oh, and okay, guitar pick. So that's all I needed left to learn the guitar. Let's see. Okay, more straps. I believe that'd be for cable management and stuff. Let's see. Okay, I don't know what that stuff. It's just more cables to put different things up. Let me see what's in this other box. There's another box in here. Okay. This is the Aorus RGB fan commander. It's SATA power, USB in, USB out. 1, 2, 3, 4 connections. Okay. I'll have to figure that one out. A lot of this stuff I haven't dealt with. I've never had owned an SSD. I'm still on a Western Digital Black. Okay, I'm guessing these are fan cables, maybe. Yeah, fan cables. Some more cable management straps. And, okay, so that's what we have there. And that right there is what we get on the Gigabytes Aorus Extreme Z390 motherboard. I can't wait. Okay, now the case I'm going to be putting all this into is the Evolv X from Phantek. And I'm hyped about this case because I've seen a shitload of reviews on it through YouTube. I first saw it whenever I was watching the Computex 2018 and they were showing off the cases, and this right here was the most talked about case that they had there. So that right there got my attention immediately, and I had it on my wish list ever since. But this right here is a mid tower, and with all the stuff that I have, I mean, I was looking at a full tower, but I don't know. I just I didn't want too much extra crap. but when I saw this thing definitely caught my attention. This right here will hold actually 2 systems at once. I'm not using 2 systems, but it will hold 2 systems. It'll hold a mini ITX and an ATX system, and it also holds an EATX, which is the extended motherboard, and that is what I'm putting into it. Let's see here. Okay. With this, let's see here. Oh, that's the back side. Again, let's see here. The back side, while I'm on the back side, it has a lot of, this is where all the cables are going to be. And let me open this up here. If I can do that real quick. Let's see here. There we go. It just pops right out. And okay, more screws. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think I need the screws on here. But anyways, notice how that tilts backwards on you. You got to watch out for that. I don't know if that'll be the case. I doubt it if that'll be the case whenever you get everything filled up inside. So it's going to be a lot heavier. But this right here is where the cable management is right here. It goes on through here. You got the Velcro straps. Let's see here. You turn this around. Okay, again, I got more screws on this side. See, I like it. It's got the glass panels on the sides. That way you can see in. Okay, so that one doesn't do too much of tilting on the front side. Let's see here. Okay, what I'm really mostly curious about is, you know, it says on there that, I mean, okay, as far as the reviews and stuff, there's been a ton of reviews on this thing, and you'll have no problem looking for all kinds of detailed versions and opinions on this case. My main thing is, I've already seen a lot of the reviews, but my main thing is, you know, they say they'll hold a 360 millimeter radiator on the top here and a 420 millimeter radiator on the front panel. But my question is I wonder if it will hold a 360 millimeter on top and a 420 millimeter on the front at the same time. So I don't know. If anything, this is going to be blocked right here. I won't be able to get my fans on. Two of my fans probably. I'll have to see on that. But right here is where the power supply unit is going to be, and this is an area for cables. Here, let me. I'm going to bring the camera a little closer so you can see what all about this here. So, if anything, I don't know if I don't have enough room, I'll have to put the openings of the radiator down here and run the. And of course, I got hard tubing. So, and I've never bent it before, so I'm gonna have fun with that. If anything, I'll just take this thing completely out to put the tubes through, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I start building on it. But up here would be the radiator, and right here is going to be where the 420 millimeter radiator goes. It goes down in the pocket there. But that's what I have here for the Evolv X here from Phantek. So can't wait to get started putting stuff in there. Okay, well that brings us to the end of the unboxing videos I have, and I hope you guys like the videos. I put a lot of time into it, and I did my best to deliver this stuff to you guys. And I know, you know, there's a lot of other guys out there that can go more in depth in all this unboxing and stuff, but you know, fact is, I don't know all the details about stuff like that. You know, like for instance, the motherboard. I know that there's 16 VRMs in the Gigabyte and the Z390 Extreme, but and I know that, you know, that stuff helps regulate the flow of electricity to your processor, but I can't tell you the history of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so you know, I know I'm not the most tech savvy guy out there, but I just do the best I can, and that's okay, because I know in the end I'm gonna have a badass system that I built and put together. So I hope you learned something, you know, and we'll see what happens here in these next videos. Speaking of the next video, you know, don't forget I'm gonna have the I'm gonna strip down that 2080 Ti naked, okay, and we're gonna put a water block on it. So I can't wait to get my hands on it. And by the way, guys, I appreciate if you subscribe to the video. And if you like the video, please put a thumbs up, and dislike, put a thumbs down. And again, you know, leave me some feedback, you know, if you know, on anything that you can think of. So see you guys next time. Thanks.